Alright, so you guys know that I'm not a big fan of the Avatar Dark Horse comics. In fact, the big spoiler, the big reveal that was revealed earlier this month well, actually last month, about what really happened to Zuko's mom. But now something's really caught my attention. Someone has pointed this out to me, and again, this is another spoiler for the search, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. But if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch any further. So I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to get out, and then I'll talk about this big revelation. Okay, so I'm guessing if you're still here, you want to be spoiled, or you've already found out some way or another that this happened. Now, for those who don't know, in the search, brief little recap, we find out that the Mother of Faces, this almighty spirit, and the Mother of Ko, changed Ursa's face and her lover Ikem, who she wanted to be with before Ozai forced her to marry him, and it kind of caused this whole thing basically to happen. And the Mother of Faces basically changed their identities, wiped their memories of Ursa, of her her parent, of her children, and she started a new life with Ikem as Norin and Noriko. And they started a life together. In fact, they ran into these characters in the second volume of The Search. But what we find out is that they had a daughter together, Norin and Noriko, who are Ikem and Ursa. Really, they got their memories back at the end of the volume, as we find out from the Mother of Faces. They give their mothers back, and Ladi freaking da. But what we find out is that they had a daughter together named Kiri. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Yeah, Kiri. Kiri is their daughter. So what this means is that Zuko and Azula have a half-sister now. Zuko has another sister. Yeah, a half-sister. Now, she has no now, because she is Ursa's child, not Ozai's, that means Kiri has no claim to the throne. She has no claim by birthright. Zuko, on the other hand, can still hold on to it because we find out that he really is the son of Ozai, and it was part of some grandiose, weird, stupid plan that Ursa came up with just so she could, get back with her lover in the end. And yeah, so Zuko and Azula have a half-sister. What do I feel about this? Well, I don't want to say I hate it, because it's an interesting twist, but on the other hand, what's the big point? This sounds really fanfiction-y. I know I'm complaining, guys, I'm really sorry, but this right here, and I thought The Search Part 3 was, oh man, that Deus Ex Machina explanation, but we find out that Zuko now has a half-sister. He has a half-sister now, and Kiri... The thing is that where are they going to bring this up again? What is the point of Kiri? Because you're not going to... There is a really good chance we're not going to see her get mentioned at all in Legend of Korra. Because it's comic book centric, and you could argue that this is canon. You could count it as canon, but where the hell are they going to mention? Oh, Zuko had a half sister somewhere down the road. It's complicated like that. So yeah, this sounds really fanfiction-y. I mean, I've actually read better fanfiction where they bring in another member of the family, but it was usually not Ursa's kid. It was Ozai who was playing around, and that made sense because I could imagine Ozai sleeping around with a couple other people, and they were bastard children. And I read one of these fanfictions where one of Ozai's bastard children was a villain in a story. That was so cool of you, because that's the best way you could probably take that idea of Zuko and Azula encountering a half-sibling who was a child of a servant girl and their father. And now he wants claim to the throne, and he's angry that his father never loved him, and it was kind of explained in that fanfiction that Ozai tried to have him killed when he found out that he was the father. He had the mother killed and the boy thrown in an asylum, and yeah, when he found out his origin through a bunch of people, these people who hated the fire, Ozai's reign, so they made him, hey, we're going to use our secret weapon. And long story short, in that fanfiction, Azula killed her half-brother. Well, I can't even remember the name. I think it was Kai or something fanfiction-y. But yeah, this is something you don't expect in in this universe at all is that happening. I mean, is it could it be interesting? Because who knows? Maybe they'll bring it up more in the Rift. I mean, we still haven't dealt with Azula because all she did was run off at the end after Zuko scared her off. And yes, but again, what is the point? Really, what is the point of having Zuko have a half sister? Because they're not going to bring it up unless at all in any form again, unless it's in the Rift. That's the only way I could see it. But yeah, again, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but this is obviously complaining. But yeah, you guys tell me, what do you think of this? Do you like the idea? Do you hate it? Of Zuko having a new sister? I just think it's kind of like, what's the point? That's what it all comes down to for me. But tongue-tied. I want to know what you guys think of all this, of Zuko having a new sibling. I'm really curious to know what you guys think of this. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm out.